John Lynch said the 49ers have a plan for this offseason. Turns out their plan is to watch this show and take notes. What's up? Good morning. Welcome to the Mock Draft 2.0, Maj Sports, in right at the buzzer.
I just woke up.
7 apparently. I didn't know that. How are you, Maj?
I just woke up.
What happened?
I love
man?
that about you.
We were DMing a couple hours ago.
No, it's. I thought today was Wednesday.
Dude.
Yeah, you're cooked, buddy.
Cooked.
So
you made it.
Grant, to get into your intro, are we sure that he's even taking notes?
I think they're definitely watching, hopefully taking notes. If you just tuned in, John Lynch spoke at the Stanford Pro Day yesterday. I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid me. A lot of writers were. And they asked John Lynch about this puzzling offseason. He's like, don't worry. There's a thing called a draft. We have a lot of draft picks, and we have a plan. Now, they definitely do have a lot of draft picks. A plan, I can't really discern it. I trust that it exists. But I think it's possible that the plan is to watch this show today and see what Maj has to say, even though I thought it was Wednesday. See what Nick has to say. You know what I'm saying? And see maybe what I have to say. So why don't we just do like a full mock draft? We did one a couple of weeks ago, but now I think I know who the players are. And that's helpful when you know who the players are. So that's how I feel. Let's get into it.
First-hand experience of the combine. Grant, come on. Right here.
Absolutely. I mean, I've changed my mind about 17 times on who the Niners should pick. Feeling really confident today about who I want today.
I love that.
I'm going to say it with conviction.
All right. We'll give you pick 11 then. I love that.
Okay. So can you bring up the official mock draft simulator to the stage?
Yeah, I think it's there.
Yeah,
I think
there I go. Let's do it.
It's already there. All right. Let's get into it. Do we want to go slow so we can see the picks as they go?
Slow. Let's do it, especially for the first round.
All right. Let's do
okay.
Let's do that. All right. Send it.
How slow is it going to be?
Cam Ward.
Oh, back. Who?
Wow.
What? This is too fast. McMillan. Campbell. Stewart. Carter? Huh?
What's
going on?
Dude, if Travis Hunter slips all the way to the Bears, I would lose full.
So we got a trade offer.
That happened.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
19.
That happens in this draft. I did a mock draft yesterday, and Travis Hunter fell to the Bears again. So
this is a monster trade offer right here.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Let's see who's available.
Yeah, we'll just close out for now. So you got Genty, Warren, Will Johnson, Jalen Walker, Banks, Jahdae Barron, Kel Williams.
Okay. So the question is, for me in this scenario, I think I would take Jalen Walker.
Okay,
but
I'd agree.
Would you rather take Jalen Walker or trade down to 19 and get another second and another third?
I think there's multiple options for trading down. Like I think who has pick 19? It's
Tampa.
It's 18. Tampa. Okay. So Tampa's possible trade down. You also have 17 is the Bengals. That's another possible trade down. You have 20 the Broncos, another possible trade down. And I guess what I'm saying is that I think there's 4 different ways the Niners can go about this. One is to trade down, right? If they don't, because the top 10 is realistically like there's not a consensus of what the top 10 and how it's going to lay out, right? So with that being said, I think they have to have like 4 to 5 different plans of what's going to happen. Like they have to be ready to take like multiple guys, and they have to be ready to trade down. So I mean, Will Johnson, a lot of I've seen a lot of rumors. That's who we took last time. Buzz. Yeah, and we took Will Johnson last time. I've seen a lot of rumors and buzz that they are prepared to take Will Johnson, but I don't think it's over Jalen Walker.
Yeah, I think what we should do is not trade down. Let's make this as standard as possible. Just when people go back and watch and they want to see like who do we think the Niners are going to take at 11? Let's give them a pick at 11. For me, as the board is laid out, like Ashton Genty, great player, Tyler Warren, great player. Those would be luxury picks for the 49ers. I think. And then I think I would just straight up take Jalen Walker over Will Johnson. He fills more needs. He could be the starting weak side linebacker next to Fred Warner day one, and he could split time at defensive end on passing downs, sort of like replace Leonard Floyd and and Dre Greenlaw with one player. I think that's probably the guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a freak athlete. But Grant, let me ask you this: who would you take over Jalen Walker? Like, say somebody, like a couple people slip. Like, who would you take if they were to slip over Jalen Walker?
Probably Mason Graham.
Good
I
question.
don't know.
Would I take Will Campbell over Jalen Walker? I don't know. I don't know about that. Would I take
That's actually tough.
over Jalen Walker? I don't know about that. I mean, I'd take Abdul Carter over Jalen Walker, but I think
everybody would.
the guy that might be the guy. I mean, they have such a huge need in their front seven, and he's
It's so bad.
with them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of Mason Graham. Really, I don't
Okay.
think he fits. This
Yeah,
team.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kelvin Banks. I just don't see them taking a tackle like Kelvin Banks in the first round at pick 11.
What is your read on Kelvin Banks? Like good, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think, especially at a tackle position, if you're gonna take a tackle at pick 11, he's got to be generational. Like he's got to be a Penei Sewell, a Tristan Wirfs, like you know what I mean. Like
Even Membu was like
Joe
testing
Alt.
like kind of off the charts.
Yeah,
Banks was
yeah.
just solid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
all right, let's take Walker here.
go
Just
Jalen
take
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
got an
Jesse
A.
with Dallas, Kenneth Grant
go.
with Miami.
Oh, Grant
Will
with
Johnson.
two picks later. That's
That
my
would be-
prediction is that he's going to be a higher pick than people realize.
Yeah, I did
But
do too.
This draft also had fucking Travis Hunter falling to 10, so I don't know.
I do too. And I also think I saw the Colts took Will Johnson. So Will Johnson and Ward would be pretty
That would be sick.
fire duo.
That would
It's
be
looking like
sick.
they're just with a big run on offensive tackles
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. So the Bears went Cornerly. If they go Cornerly, their offensive line is going to be crazy. Again, no trade downs. Okay, so this is like I said this to Grant pre-stream. Maj, you can have this pick. But I said this to Grant pre-stream. If Derek Harmon finds a way to fall, I've been saying this, by the way, I've been saying this since the first mock draft when he was mocked around this point. Now he's kind of slipping up towards the first round. But if he falls to pick 43,
Wow.
I don't think the Niners take any second guesses and they walk that card straight up there and draft Derek Harmon.
Yeah, that's really fortuitous right there to have Derek Harmon sitting there at 43.
And if you start to draft Jalen Walker, Derek Harmon,
Yeah, you
two
just
day
won.
one starters, two
You
day
just
one
won.
starters.
And I mean, you might even talk yourself into taking Derek Harmon at 20 after a trade down. So if you can get him at 43, that's incredible.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna fall that far.
I
think
think
Well, he just
If
did.
he's here, Nick, you can pick him. I think it's kind of
yeah. I mean, I could see a world where Donovan Jackson is also discussed here, but if Derek Harmon is here,
yeah, it has to be Derek Harmon. That we already fixed our edge problem, and then we add him. Like that's that's sick.
They've
That'd be
had
sick.
so many misses at defensive tackle in round 1. They haven't tried to take one in round 2. I think they
Sure.
might have a little bit more success taking, a little bit less risk. It'd be a great place to take Derek Harmon. That's a great first 2 picks. Now it's AA plus. I love that. So now
Yeah.
you've gotten your starters in your front 7. You got Walker and Warner next to each other. You got Gross Matos as a base end. You got Derek Harmon inside. You could use another defensive tackle at some point, maybe a
Easy,
2-down guy.
yeah.
Because like on third down, Gross Matos goes to defensive tackle next to Harmon, and you have Walker on the edge opposite Bosa. I mean, that's a pretty good 4-man front.
I
Yeah.
think now we have to do offensive line now.
I mean,
Yeah, this is
there's,
guard.
There's a bunch of ways you could go. I mean, if you wanted, like, I had
Jared Wilson.
I had a mock draft that I posted on Twitter 2 days ago that I did, and I still think it's hands down the best mock draft I've ever seen this offseason. But Alfred Collins, if you went Alfred Collins, your D line would be like, this would be an insane lift.
Nick, I did a mock
D-line.
draft yesterday. I took Alfred Collins too. Because
Yeah,
dude, imagine
he's good.
Derek
He's
Harmon
good.
and
But
Alfred Collins.
We can look. So Jared Wilson, I think, is a day one starter as
To
well.
me, you want to look offensive line here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could get a good like 2-down run stuffing defensive tackle in round 6 that you take off the field on third down. But like if you could get a true starting guard or center right here at 75, which is right around where you got Pooney last year, that's super valuable and hard to find.
100%.
You're not going to find a starting offensive lineman much past here.
I do think there's one late. It's Jake Majors from Texas. Me and Maj have both been high on him. There's a lot of Niner creators that are high on him. I think he could start day one, but Jared Wilson, I think, is a for sure day one starter. But at Georgia,
So much better than freaking Brendel.
He's a beast,
Yes,
and
dude.
yeah, I think, dude, there's just something about having a good center
Yeah.
that just handles all the communication. They don't have to worry about it. They're all on the same page. Like, I don't want to
I think
see.
anyone the Niners draft as a center, they're automatically going to be better than Brendel.
They've
Brendel's
never
not. I
drafted a
don't even think
center or
Brendel's a
cost any.
starter.
Can he play
Brendel's like
guard
a
at first, or is he too small for that?
I think he could. I think
Okay.
he could. I mean, he
Okay.
played center in the SEC. Like, you could probably move him to guard, but he's going to be better at center.
Has
for sure.
Ratledge been picked?
No, no, I don't think so. I think Ratledge is maybe he is gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
There's no way he's not. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Any other interior offensive linemen you like here? Or tackle?
I do like Trapillo.
Okay.
Trapillo, however you say it, out of Boston College tackle. He's a stud. But there's a lot of, I mean, this is the one we talked about on our last show, Holland Pierce,
Right.
Grant. Like, he's good, and you can get him later in the draft.
Yeah, that would be the flyer offensive tackle I'd like to take. I feel like Jared Wilson would be such a great pick here at 75.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
no!
a beast. There's
Yeah.
also Chase Lunt later in the draft at a tackle. I think he's a good player. Yeah, there's not really anybody I like outside of those two players for tackle. Let's just look around though. So tight end, you got
Gunner.
I'm not a fan of Gunner. I'd rather have Ferguson.
I have a
Why are
question.
we looking to draft a
I
tight
have a
end? We
question.
got
Is Ayuk going to be on this team next year? Do we need a wide receiver?
So yeah, we can look at wide receiver.
I
Jaden
don't even
Higgins
know.
and
We might
Jalen
need a wide
Noel.
receiver.
Yeah, so Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel are both great players.
Nick, I
Jalen
think you gotta go
Royals,
Savion. You gotta go Savion, man.
not here though. Not here. I'd rather
But
have
Nick,
Higgins and Noel.
look at our next pick. It's at 100. I don't
It is
know
at
if
100.
Savion could fall to 100, then you pick Savion. But bro, I want Savion Williams on the 49ers. And I know Nick, you know how like you think I said he's like a Debo kind of replacement. I don't want a Debo replacement, but it's just another weapon added to the offense. I think Savion out of all these guys, go back up. Is there more up or no?
No,
I also
it's
like
just these.
I also like Jaden Higgins, but I think I
Yeah,
like
Jaden
Jaden
Higgins
Higgins,
is dog.
Savion. Those are the two.
My problem with Savion is he's a freak athlete, but he's not like what the Niners have been needing. Like, we need another player like Brandon Ayuk who's going to beat man coverage. Like, I'm sick and
Savion's
tired
more of a Z than an X to me. Even though he's built like an X, he plays like a Z.
So if we need that,
Yeah.
then we gotta Higgins.
Yeah, and
Higgins
imagine, bro,
Noel.
imagine we draft Savion and then Kyle's just scheming up plays for him like he did with Debo, and we just want to rip our eyes out. Like, you know what I mean?
I think they could wait on wide receiver. Like they drafted
there's
Jawan Jennings in round 7. They drafted Richie James in round 7. I think you can get guys to be like a number 3 receiver on this team. Like, I think they really got to look at, if they don't take an offensive line the first 3 rounds of this draft, I think it's a failure. They got to take one here at 100. And I would lean towards here because I'm not sure it's going to get at 100.
I also really like a couple late round guys like Kyle Williams. I know this gives Niner fans PTSD, and it gives me PTSD, but I watched this guy play in person. He's a stud, dude. Like, he's fun to watch. He's quick. He's a yak guy. Antoine Wells, the thing about these Ole Miss receivers is he's going late, but this guy would have been probably a number 1 receiver on a lot of SEC teams. But the Ole Miss receiving core is so good that he just gets buried. Like, that's really how it happens. So another one to mention is he's not on the board anymore, but Alec Aomaner. The Niners were at his pro day at Stanford today. I mean, this guy put up 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against Travis Hunter. If you guys have not seen the highlights of that game, go watch it right now. It is one of the most impressive performances I've almost ever seen in college football outside of watching like Christian McCaffrey or Reggie Bush, right? Like, it was unreal. But let's look around. Cornerbacks, it's not really anybody I like Noel Williams, Kobe Bryant. I love the Kansas duo. And I don't understand this because Kobe was behind Melo early on and Melo's dropped. So if you get Melo late, I think that's a crazy good pickup. I really like Melo.
I think we got to
look
go
at the
wide
running
receiver.
backs. Scattaboo's here. Maj just got stoked, but I do agree. I think we have to go offensive line.
Why do I feel like that's going to be the pick that Kyle actually?
Dude, but why do people hate Cam Scatterbo? If we drafted, oh my god,
Makuba. Yeah,
honestly,
Makuba's
they're
still
going to
there.
draft Scatterbo at 75, and it like that's absolutely going to happen. The first 2 picks I feel like are going to happen, and then Scatterbo at 75 is going to happen.
It probably will. I was watching
gonna
Jesse.
happen.
I was watching Jesse last night, and he said, "Why are we kidding ourselves thinking that Shanahan's not going to draft a running back
let's
in the
talk it
first 3
through.
rounds.
They could take a guard here, but they're paying Spencer Burford 3 point something million and Ben
Mhm.
Barch like 1 point something million. They're gonna be like, nah, we're good at left guard. We can get one next year. So no guarantee they take a guard in round 3. And
Yeah.
they just let Jordan Mason go. They need that bruiser in the backfield because it ain't Garendo and it ain't
It's true.
just
Patrick
put it in
Taylor.
Scadaboo. Make the pick. Scadaboo.
Are you serious?
Dude, it's
Dude,
gonna
I
be-
think I just
why do
think
you guys hate Scadaboo, man? Scadaboo's
No,
so good.
Because
I-
no one
I
wants them
don't
to pick
hate
a running
Scadaboo.
back in round 3, but they're going
yeah,
to.
yeah.
That's it.
I don't want him to
They're
pick a
going
running back
to.
in round 3. Like, if we look at the running backs, we'll just take a peek. Like,
It's
there's
deep,
so many
too.
good players. Like, DJ Giddens is a stud. Bashal Tootin is a stud.
Ollie Gordon.
Devin Neal has been one of my late round draft crushes.
Is it
All
possible that someone can speak some like be like, hey Kyle, like in the organization, hey man, I know you really want to take a running back in round 3, but you've taken a lot of running backs in round 3 and they've all been busts and failures. Like, why don't we just wait until round 4 like last year? Why don't we just because it's a joke, it's a running joke. The running back that you're going to take in round 3, we can't do it. Just wait till round 4. Can we please wait until round 4?
well, and as somebody put a piece of paper in front of his face saying like, "Hey, these are the 7th round and undrafted running backs that you've taken and have all done very well." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
but I mean, there's just so many good players. Like, I do think if they
Maybe
don't take a
Kyle
running back,
Shanahan's love of the wide receiver position supersedes his love of the running back position, and they take a wide receiver here.
yeah,
I mean,
just think like
There's a
I
couple
love,
X receivers here, right? Higgins and Noel.
yeah, Higgins, Noel. I love Scadaboo, but when you have guys like Devin Neal, Ollie
Right.
Gordon, like
You don't
later,
have to do that.
Nick,
You
the
don't
thing
have
I'm
to make
scared
this
about
pick
Ollie
now.
Gordon is like he had such a drop off
Yeah,
from
such a drop-off.
2023. That's the only part I'm scared about. And I feel like Ollie Gordon literally is Jordan Mason 2.0, which Jordan Mason's a great player. So I don't think we should draft a running back here, but I think it's bound to happen.
Let me make one more plea for the offensive line.
Yeah,
You can't sign Brock Purdy this offseason and not address the offensive line.
agree.
Exactly.
You can't.
and if I have to see Jake Brendel on his back,
You
20
just
times a
can't.
game, I just can't.
I think
Yeah,
you
we're going
have
Jared
to go
Wilson.
offensive line here.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
you
my
have
pick.
to.
I'm making executive decision. Jared Wilson. He's a
Okay.
great
Wow.
player, dude.
Okay. I thought we had a good process talking that one through. We really saw that one from all different angles, but I think we made the right
100%.
call. They give us a B.
100%.
Fuck you. Fuck you, macho potato face. That's a great pick.
That is a great pick. I agree. All right, great. You're up for pick a Honda. Pick a Honda.
Okay.
So
Now
we can-
Kyle's
we can
going to be
look
banging the
for
table for a
options.
running back right now, or a wide
So we can
receiver.
look
Or
through
wide
it.
receiver.
So this is what I'm saying. Like nobody went. Scadaboo went. No other running backs went. Like
There you
Exactly.
go. There you go. And we
Yeah.
can live without Scadaboo. It's okay.
yeah, we can look receiver.
I think here
we
it's
can
wide
look
receiver and Tez Johnson. I like Tez.
he's
is
just
Savion
so
gone?
small. So
Dude, he's small, but I don't like out of all these guys,
So
Kyle
small.
Williams too.
I like Dante Thornton out of Tennessee. Kyle Williams. Like I like Tez. I think he has potential, but he's just so small. Like
Is
he's literally
Jalen
Jacob
Milrow
Gallup.
available?
He is.
He
He is?
probably is.
I'm just curious.
no,
what
he's
quarterbacks
gone.
we looking
He's
at right
gone.
here? Because the
They
Niners got
chose DJ
Beathard right
Uiagalelei.
around here. You got a lot of success with this quarterback spot right here.
Dude, if the Niners even pick up DJU as an undrafted free
DJ
agent,
Uiagalelei, let's do it.
I will actually stop covering the Niners.
Is there okay? So they don't need a linebacker.
What about tight
Um,
ends? What about tight ends? Not
Okay, but we got Luke Farrell. What are we talking about? We're good.
What about
We're good.
another defensive tackle?
let's look. Let's check it out.
They literally need
Omar
another defensive
Norman-Law.
tackle.
Omar Norman-Law. I hate Deion Walker. I'm just gonna come out and say
Okay,
this.
fair enough.
I've seen him picked at a couple of Niners mock drafts. He has the worst pad level you will see in college football. I do not like him at all. He's a massive body, but he is so underwhelming when you watch his tape.
How late do we honestly think the Niners are going to wait before they take a running back? Like, I just want to get that on the table. When are they going to do it?
Well,
I
it's
just don't.
probably going to be a third round, but I don't know how long they would wait.
It's
think
got to be
be
one of the
shocked.
next 2 picks.
maybe
What was
this is
Garendo
my,
last year?
he was in the fourth, I
Fourth?
think. Yeah,
Fourth.
I think
They
they
had a few,
traded
though.
2 fifths. They traded
Let
2
me see
fifths
exactly what
up.
pick Garendo was. Garendo was 129.
Yeah, they traded 2 fifths.
So they
for
could do
fourth,
that
I think.
again if they don't want to if they want to have him sort of an equal footing with Garendo, they could wait until 113, 138. I think one of the next 3 picks is going to be a running back. That's my bold
Yeah,
prediction.
I think they go fourth
Okay.
and 5th round. I
Check
could
who's
see
in the
them going
like,
like a 5th and a 7th.
Nick, check safeties.
Yeah, we can
Check
check
safeties.
safeties. It's probably going to be
Safeties. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Is still there.
okay.
Yeah.
I think this is If
I-
Makuba's still there at 100,
Yeah, that's a good pick. I love
Okay.
Makuba and I love Malachi Moore out of Bama. I think those
I
are
think
both
Makuba's a day one starter,
great
bro.
players.
Like, this guy's so good.
He is, but you also, I mean, there.
What about
so-
wide receiver?
Yeah, we can check receiver. Yeah, this is what we had. There's not really much. I'd rather
Okay.
I'd
Okay.
rather go later.
Let's
It's
go
gotta
late.
be
Let's go
on
late
somebody's
receiver.
If we're looking, let's look edge. I love Savion Jones. He's a great player.
Only
Good
thing is
guy.
the Niners haven't had success drafting safety. Not that it matters, but their safeties they've taken around 3 are Tavarius Moore and Jair Brown. They might have some PTSD.
That's
Yeah.
true. I just
Yeah.
don't think
But
Makuba,
Jair
if
Brown's gonna-
Makuba's really good, so he has nothing to do with those guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makuba's on a different level.
We can check
think
cornerback,
Makuba's the best
too.
pick here.
Not really anything I'm loving.
And like you can get
Chris
running backs
Paul.
later, you can get wide receivers later.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got
Um,
Luke Farrell, so you're set at tight end for years to come. Years.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like Omar Norman lot.
Okay.
But he has
but
2
there-
last names. Cut him out of the book. Grant
Yeah,
doesn't want him. He has 2
exactly.
last names.
Yeah, this is Grant's fix, so it's not happening. But if we're talking about D line later, like CJ West, I talked to you about him the other day. He's an
Hold on.
animal, dude. Yeah,
He
CJ
is.
West, Cam Jackson, I love in the 6th round. This guy
That's
is
fine.
such a good run.
Great
stuff.
run stop.
JJ
stopper. He's
Pegues
sick.
is an absolute stud. I would love to see the Niners take a 6th round flyer on Riley Mills. He blew out his knee before the national championship, but he was Notre Dame's best run defender, and he's good, man. If he comes back from that knee injury, like I would love to take a flyer on a guy like that.
I'm cool with Makuba at this pick. I think they
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
need a safety,
go.
All right.
and I think you argue he's the best player available. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Hey, we're back. We're freaking back. Let's go.
We're back.
I thought our 75 was a good pick.
Yeah, same. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
No,
Record.
yesterday I did a mock draft and I picked like Jake Majors at like I don't forget what pick it was. I think it was like where he was supposed to go, and they gave me a D plus.
How dare they? They just
I
want to ruin
think-
your day.
I think Jake Majors is like a 160 pick.
Exactly. I
think
think it was like
that's-
160. I picked.
I
him at
think that's
160,
what
they gave me a D+.
I think that's when you can get him. All right, Maj,
If Kyle
this is
Shanahan
you.
doesn't get a running back here, he's quitting. He's
Go to running
waited
back.
long enough. He's been
All right,
patient.
we could check. We could check.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking running backs. This is my point. It's so deep. Like
Okay.
they're
That's
not
why you have to
wasting.
take a running back. Like Jaden
Okay.
Blue's there. Jaden Blue's solid. Came in for CJ Baxter. I loved him. I don't know, dude. Like,
I think it's going to be someone built more like Jordan Mason, more
Ollie
of that bruising style, but a better receiver. I mean, does that exist anymore, or is that is Kyle sulking because he didn't get Cam Sadabu? He's
Well, I
sulking.
think you're talking. If you're talking
Yeah.
about like people that play like Jordan Mason, I think it's Ollie Gordon and probably Kyle Monangi. No, Nick. Kyle
Yeah,
Monangi's kinda
yeah,
like a
and
Jordan Mason.
also Devin Neal and Damian Martinez are both very.
But that's why I
similar.
think we don't have to draft a running back here. Like I think drafting.
They need a
like,
guy
running
who
back-
can like carry like McCaffrey gets hurt a lot.
Pause.
Garendo's never been a starter. They need someone who can actually like stay healthy and run the ball a lot. That's very important.
Yeah, 100%.
They-
I'm
I mean,
sick of these injuries.
Mitchell couldn't do it. They need someone who can freaking stay healthy. Even Mason couldn't do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
who to
never
take.
forget that Seattle game
know,
when I
man.
took his over on rushing yards. Jordan.
Oh,
Mason,
Seattle
he
this year?
got-
Yeah.
Yeah. I took his over on rushing yards. I had like 500 on it, and he got injured, missed it by a yard.
Oh, yeah.
Tough.
I don't know. Who do you guys
where
think
do we
here?
Go here.
I mean,
if we're
let's look
talking-
around. Chris Paul, great
Let's
linebacker,
go.
at Ole Miss.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, but I do like Bassa. I do love. So many people are mocking Teddy Buchanan. This guy's a
To be
freak.
Fred Warner.
I don't know how
I
he's
saw
this,
that.
I don't know how he's this far. Yeah, if you saw the comparison to Warner, this guy is literally like hand in hand with Warner and all the
Dude,
pro
this
day
guy's a tank.
statistics.
He's
If
a
this guy
unit.
could learn from Warner, I think he could literally be a Fred Warner Jr. Little mini.
I
Fred
don't.
Warner.
I don't think we pick him here. He's ranked
Nick
184.
Martin. No, yeah.
Let's
yeah, I
check
don't know how
offensive
he's that
tackle.
far.
Let's check offensive
Yeah, we can
tackle.
we can check
Who we got
tackle.
at offensive tackle?
Cornelius, they did just see him at his pro day. They were at Oregon's pro day, and he did it.
Belton is gone.
So yeah, Belton is gone. Belton's
got
gonna be.
Pierce.
If you don't, you're gonna have to take Belton at pick 100 if you want.
Check
I think-
IOL, Nick.
I don't think he lasts.
Can we get Pearson round 5?
Dylan Fairchild is good, but we already have Jared Wilson, so it's like I don't really like. They're pretty
Mhm.
similar prospects. I like Jackson Slater a lot.
Jackson Slater's sick. I don't know.
This guy Willie Lampkin's a stud, but he's like 5'10". Just an Oompa Loompa, just a massive dude, but he's literally like 5'10".
Oompa
Like,
Loompa.
he's funny to watch, but he's a good player. And then you got Jake Majors, 176. Like,
I
We
don't.
can
I
check
want to go
corner,
running
we
back,
can
but I
check
don't
corner.
want to go running
yeah,
back.
corners are still on. There's a lot of corners on the.
What about
board
wide
right now.
receiver?
We
I
can
think
check
it's
wide
Tez
receiver.
Johnson.
Still the same thing. Yeah, Tez.
I just like Nick. I do kind of agree with you. I don't think we go with Tez Johnson just because like him and Jacob Cowing are kind of the same.
What about Savion Jones here? I just think Savion Jones is an animal. If you get him at pick 113, I think he's going earlier than this. Like, he's a stud, dude, and he'd be great for the Niners locker room. Like, I actually believe that. I think that's
yeah.
another
Give me,
edge rusher?
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I don't
yeah.
think we need.
dude. If we went edge, D line, center, safety, another edge, save the D lines for later. It's a pretty good start.
Are we trading Bosa?
No. But we have to have, dude. No matter how
How do you
much
get Savion Jones and Jalen Walker and Bosa on the field together on third down?
I don't know if you do.
Like I don't know. Go offensive
Like,
tackle.
can you make picks like that when you have so many needs? I don't know.
Go offensive tackle. I don't think I want another.
There's just
edge
no.
defensive
I mean,
tackle,
you have
man.
Cornelius, but there's nobody really in this range that you want to take. Like, really.
Okay, so then go. That's right. Like we don't need to draft one here.
I mean, we
just
go
gotta
CJ West here if it was up to me, but it's you, Maj. But I think we go CJ West here.
CJ West as a D
Cam
tackle.
Jackson, too.
Yeah,
I really like Cam Jackson, but he's at 158.
You go.
Now,
Cam
CJ
Jackson
West, you
later.
could-
Cam
you could
Jackson's
justify
good,
that. You could justify CJ West here.
Yeah,
I'll,
100.
I'll,
Good
I'll go
defender?
CJ West. I'll go CJ West.
Yeah,
even though I
he's a
like-
beast.
B plus.
I like Cam Jackson too. If
Yeah,
Cam
you
Jackson's
want-
there, you gotta pick Cam Jackson.
You want to cuss out the database? All right.
That's gonna start.
So I got pick
Cracking up.
138. Surely this has to be running back, right? Like, surely.
100%.
I mean, they don't have to, right? Like, Mason was undrafted. Jordan Mitchell was 6th round. Like, they could.
They're not picking
should
anyone
wait.
though.
Listen, Grant, I'm not saying they have to, but
They
he
should
will.
wait.
But he will.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
So
but
far,
he
this has
will.
been, we got what, 4 players in the trenches and a safety. That's
Yeah.
pretty responsible so far.
Yeah.
I'm proud of this.
Yeah. We could check. Noel Williams is still on the board. I really
This
like
is still
Noel
round 3,
Williams.
round 4.
4, I think. Yeah, 138 should be the end of round 4, I think. Tight ends, Mitchell Evans, I like. Not really. Kyle Williams, I love. I'm trying to. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to work with outside of.
Will
Dylan
Howard.
Gabriel. No.
Yeah, he's tiny. Did you see that picture of him next to Bo Nix and Herbert?
No.
Dude, he makes Bo Nix looks like he's 6'5".
Jeez.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Let's see who the chat likes here.
What about we go kicker? Thoughts?
Might as
Yeah,
well.
what
Why
does
not?
the chat want to see with pick 138? Because this is kind of like we're starting to get into no man's land where it's like
We got to get an offensive tackle soon. And they did get McKivitz and Jalen Moore in round 5. That could be where they're targeting whoever they're going to get, like around that 147 pick.
yeah.
So they're going to take an offensive tackle soon.
Nick,
And
check.
it's going to
I
be
will.
Holland Pierce. Oh, that's the guy we've been looking at, right?
Yeah, Holland Pierce and Chase Lunt I really like.
Okay, so we could wait. We don't have to go
Check I will.
offensive tackle just yet.
Slater would be crazy here. You could have
you
a
gotta go
starting,
Slater, and then
you could
if
have
we
a
can,
starting player.
What does he play? Guard?
Yeah, you could put him at guard.
Get him. Get
Yeah,
him.
He's good.
Get
He's
him.
good. Yeah, I think
I like that.
Yeah. We'll go check the edge again. I like these later edges more than what's on the board right now. So
think
yeah,
you gotta-
let's
yeah,
go.
go Slater.
Yeah, let's go Slater. I like this pick. Actually,
Okay. And
another
then
B plus. What is this shit?
They don't understand the vision. They don't see it.
No,
they
they
just don't.
they don't.
Okay, now
they don't.
147. I'm thinking
Yeah, this is you,
offensive
Grant.
tackle. Are we or
Okay.
corner? We could go corner here. We could go if you
Melvin
think Pierce will
Dotson
be there at
will be
160, then
available,
we
but
could
they're
go
not.
corner here.
I love Noel Williams out of Cal at this spot
Where?
at 147.
Oh, no, Williams. Get him.
Yeah,
Get him.
You think?
Get 'em.
Should we check at what else we got? Dude, DJ Giddens is still here. That's insane. I don't think he's gonna be there.
It's just
check
unrealistic.
linebacker.
Okay.
A little bit. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll go Noah Williams. I think that's
Let's go Noah
realistic.
Williams, and then we'll go the offensive tackle next. You better not go
Okay.
anywhere. You better not go anywhere. Holland Pierce.
Nico
Go away.
IOL.
Yeah, I can check IOL. We already have 2 though. I don't.
No,
I
you
don't
got to
really
get a tackle,
know.
man. Got to get a
Yeah,
tackle.
You
You lost
gotta get a
Jalen Moore.
tackle. Yeah.
Lost Jalen Moore. No swing tackle on the roster.
Well, you guys talked about Holland Pierce.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got.
He's just later. Like you can get him later. That's the only thing that worries me. They were at Cornelius, his pro day. I don't know much about this guy though, if I'm gonna be honest. This is a prospect I don't really know a lot about. Same with
Ahani
Jalen
Cornelius?
Rivers.
Let me become
Yes.
an Ahani Cornelius expert in 2 seconds.
I love that about you. Yeah, Jalen Rivers.
on.
Let
Let me look him up.
Rivers, I don't know a lot about either.
Okay, so he's 6'4" and a half, 310, 33 and a half inch arms. He didn't run at the combine. Looks perfect to me. Why not?
Get his, I'm curious what he ran at his pro day though.
Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, I'm curious what his measurables are at the pro day because that was yesterday.
Someone in our chat just said terrible mock.
No one asked you.
Yeah.
They're saying 515. So is that correct?
Nick, go offensive tackle.
Okay, so that person that said terrible mock, where do you think we went wrong? I'm curious. Because I think
I
this is
don't know.
actually shaping out like really well. You have Jalen Walker, starting edge. He can also play linebacker. You have Derek Harmon, starts day one, instantly your best defensive tackle. You have Jared Wilson, starting center, day one. You have Makuba, starting safety with Mustafa, day one. You have CJ West. He's going to be your second D tackle, and he'll be a starter day one. You have Jackson Slater, starting guard, day one. And you have Noel Williams, who can learn from Green and
Demo.
Lenore.
Yeah. So
Where did we go wrong?
I think it's
That's
good.
what I'm curious
Go
about.
offensive tackle.
I just like Holland Pierce because he's 6'8", 341 pounds with 37-inch arms, and he moves really well. And I feel like those are the kind of offensive tackles you want to try to get later on, like guys who could be special, like the Jordan Mailata, diamond in the rough kind of guy.
I agree, but do you think they draft him with the zone scheme that they run, like zone scheme running system?
good question.
The Shanahan.
He
Like,
may,
do you
yeah,
think
he
he's
might be a
quick
little
enough?
too big, right? He might be a better
Yeah.
fit for like Philly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Nick, what
Okay.
about-
All right, well then why don't we get the dude from Oregon then? He's
Okay.
gonna fit.
I was gonna say Chase Lunt's good. No, like I've heard
Yeah,
good
he's a good
things
player.
about him.
He's a good player, but he played at UConn. As
That-
well.
Yeah, I hate that school.
I don't like their logo. I hate their logo.
Why do you hate UConn? What
don't. I
What
just-
they
I
do
just-
to you? All right,
I just can't name one
Okay.
football player who went there.
fair. We could
Oregon's
check
been
round
good
two.
to the 49ers.
That's a fair point. Running back, you still have. I do not like ETN. at
No, he's
all.
not good.
I'm banging
There's
the
a
table
lot-
for the offensive tackle from Oregon, who I just learned about. I like that guy. I've known him for 5
Yeah, I mean,
seconds.
I think they have to take one here.
Yeah.
so,
Give me Cornelius.
yeah.
Cornelius.
A plus. Grant, you're just clap it up.
Just killing this. Let's go for ourselves right here. Okay, so now this is serious. We got our 3 7th-round picks. We need a wide receiver. We need a running back, and
I do think they trade up. There's no way they sit on 67 picks, right? Surely not, right?
that's true. But you know what?
67 picks, Kyle would lose his mind. He's going to trade all
He would
3
just
of these
tune out.
7s and get a running back instantly.
Running back, wide receiver, kicker.
No, not a kicker. Not a kicker.
252.
No,
Quarterback.
not even that. I think I
Quarterback.
would love to see a flyer.
Oh, Cam Jackson's still there.
There's no chance he's
Dude, if he falls to-
yeah,
oh.
he's gone.
Damn.
He's gone. But JJ's another one. Vernon Broughton is another one you could take.
I love that we spent. Hold on,
227.
can we just say that we spent 5 of the first 6 picks on the trenches, and we've
I
got
love that.
6 of 8
Dude, the
so
draft
far
is
in the
good. There are
trenches.
People in your chat that are saying the draft are bad.
That's a
I don't
good
know.
draft, dude. That's a disciplined draft.
Yeah, go.
It has to be this way too.
Nick, go wide receiver.
6 trenches, 2 DBs. That's lovely. And now we get
yeah,
to
we
some
go wide
skill
receiver.
position players in round 7.
Thornton. Thornton, I
Nick,
like.
Nick, do you see that they met with Nick Nash?
Nick Nash, I did.
The
I
only
love
bad part
that.
about Nick Nash is he went to San Jose State. Like, I don't like that's the
But you
only
don't go
part.
to. I don't care what college you went to. If you're putting up numbers like that, you have to be good. You can't be bad, bro.
That's no,
I
no,
don't-
no. That's true, but it's just like
Yeah.
if he was doing that at a bigger school, then
But
that'd be
let's check.
more
Let's check
impressive.
edge. I like Q Robinson's a good player. Tyler Batty's good. Johnny Walker Jr. I mean, you're named after a bourbon. You have to. Be, right?
It's a running back
Sipping
situation.
Johnny Walker.
Yeah, sipping Johnny Walker. The running back situation is looking like this.
Oh, that's bad. Go Donovan Edwards. That guy fell off a cliff, dude. That guy
yeah,
fell.
he fell
in
off a
every
cliff. But
interview.
there's players I like better than that. Like Marcus Yarns is a great player.
I like Josh Brooks,
Jaquavius Marks, I could see them drafting because he's good out of the backfield. Like he can catch, dude.
Ja'Cory
so I can-
Krosky, Merritt
Merritt
is
yeah.
good. He wasn't he at the MVP of the Shrine game.
Yep, but he has 2 last names, so cross him off the list.
Yep, and he's like
Yep.
70 years old, but he's really good.
He's
Dude,
good.
Phil
He's good.
Maffa's underrated, bro. I think Phil Maffa from Clemson, he's underrated, dude. I've watched that guy.
I don't
ball.
know
He's
much
actually
about him.
good.
I don't know much about him. Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech. Like, I think Shanahan would fall in love with that guy. Let's look though around at
Go wide receiver.
D-line.
Oh, yeah, never mind. It was just Nick Nash and them.
Vernon Broughton's a good player at 227. But yeah, Thornton
what's
I
his
think
name
would be
really
a great
early?
pick.
What's his name?
Linebackers, you have Martin. I like Nick Martin. I like Shamar James. It's kind of really the only players
I think we got to get a
like
running
here.
back and a wide receiver.
Oh,
with 2 of our
David
next 2 picks.
Bendele.
I think you got to go Taj Brooks. I think Taj Brooks is the best.
I think you go Thornton here because you can get Taj
you
later.
could get Taj later.
And Marcus Yarns is also another option.
Who's
I
Thornton?
think you have to go.
but
Dante
Marcus,
Thornton at Tennessee. He's a good player, dude. He's
what's he play?
Probably their
yeah,
best.
Nick, go
receiver.
back to running back.
He's a wide receiver. Okay, then let's get
Yeah.
They've had success with the Tennessee wide receiver in round 7.
We have.
It's true.
Come on, let's get
Jalen
that guy.
Conyers is a good player too. If you wanted to go tight end, but yeah, let's go Thornton. Let's go Thornton.
A plus.
Hey, let's. Now we got to go
Right,
running
you're
back.
cooking.
Oh,
Browns
dude, this is
cooking.
the best draft we've ever done. This is so good. We got to go running back here.
Yeah,
Although it's
249
249 versus 252. It's about the same either way.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kyle Shanahan actually takes a running back this late. Like I'll actually.
We
So
also
disciplined.
we haven't addressed linebacker. Like we have Jalen Walker, he can play linebacker, but I'd rather have
Right.
him on the edge just because of his speed and athleticism.
Well, my thought is like when you have him on first and second down, he could play linebacker, and then on third down, you can bring him to the edge, and you can replace him with D Winters or Tatum Bethune or something like that.
That's
so you
true.
you have bodies, but yeah, they could definitely use another one for sure.
That's true.
But like they desperately need a running back. Kyle's losing his mind right now. He's like, I've
Yeah.
been so patient. You promised.
100%. If
Yeah.
they go running back here, I would love to see them take Marcus Yarns. I like
us about
him
him.
better,
He's from
I like him
Delaware.
better.
Tell us about him.
Bro. He's not like, I guess he wouldn't be like a Jordan Mason replacement. He's like kind
That's
of a
fine.
smaller dude, but he's quick. He's
Nick,
quick.
but looking at his
He's
school,
really athletic.
Nick, he went
Yeah,
to Delaware.
Delaware. Yeah, but if you watch his highlights, bro, he's making these kids look like they shouldn't be playing college football. Like,
What
he's
about
good.
Donovan Edwards?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't touch him with the sore thumb.
Grant, I want you to go watch a Donovan Edwards interview. The guy literally sounds like he's high. Like you ask him a question, he does like he's speaking English, but he doesn't actually sound like he's speaking English.
Okay,
Yeah.
not Donovan Edwards. Fair enough. What
No.
about? I like my boy Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt because he has 2 names. I would
He's a
take him
good
with the
player.
last pick, and I would take him with 252. That's who I would take.
He's a good player. But I just think they draft running back here at least. Like
Fair
if
enough.
not
All right, we got the
earlier,
A.
so
We got
with
the A.
Yarns.
And maybe I'm
And then we got to
tripping.
go off the reservation with the final pick. Is it going to be kicker? Is it going to be quarterback? Is it going to be linebacker?
Benjamin Urasek would be a good pick out of Georgia here. I like Caden Prescorn as well. He's a
That
good
works.
player.
The Charlie Warner Redux? All right, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, but we could also look like both these players, Howard Cross and Azir Stackhouse, are great players. I mean, you're playing D line at Notre Dame or Georgia. You're a good player.
Who do you guys think is going to be the next? Like, who's going to be the starting linebacker for the Niners? You guys think it's going to be D Winters?
Tyler
Jalen
Batty's a
Walker.
great player too.
Oh yeah, Jalen Walker. It's going
Yeah.
to be
Jalen
Jalen
Walker
But Grant, I thought you wanted to put Jalen Walker on the edge.
on third down. I
On
don't
third
know
down.
that he's necessarily built for that on first and second down, especially as a rookie.
Okay.
But
okay.
instead of
Yeah.
like drafting a designated pass rusher who doesn't play at all on first and second down, you could get Walker, put him at Greenlaw's spot, and so he's on the field for all 3 downs. He could probably play special teams too. Just
That's
saying.
true.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nick,
All
I
right.
think here you gotta. We haven't drafted him once. I think you gotta go Nick Nash. Like I understand. Like
I was thinking
bro.
the same thing, but this is these 3 7th-round picks. You have to be taking flyers. Like I really think they do. They have to be taking
High
flyers.
upside guys.
Yeah, high upside. But also, if you're, I mean, Nick Nash, it's like you could make a case that he has high upside, but you could also make a case that he's just so productive. Like, and
we
that's
already
what they did
drafted a wide
last year.
receiver. I forgot we drafted a wide receiver. We don't need another one.
We did. We don't have a tight end. We also don't have a linebacker. I do like Shamar James. I don't know where else you really take this pick outside of Nick Nash.
I think we did a
Shamar
good job of
James.
sort of covering our bases with the needs. I think we can do whatever we want here.
Yeah, I think it's literally the pick is either Nick Nash, Shamar James, Howard Cross, Nazir Stackhouse, or Tyler Batty.
It's a quarterback situation.
I would like Nick Nash, but I just think we already
quarterback?
drafted a wide receiver.
Oh, you have this guy, Taylor Elgersma, who plays in the French league, like the
Really?
Canadian league, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I saw him. Let's go.
Is he better than
Canada.
Tanner Mordecai?
I don't know. I haven't watched too much film on him. I heard he has.
Nick, he's from Canada. He
I heard he has a
represents me.
cannon though. I heard
Shout
he-
out to
the
Canada.
Canadian quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a cannon apparently.
Ooh.
He's actually good, dude. Grant, watch him. He's actually good. Come
I'm
on,
down.
Grant. Grant, Canadian
down.
people can ball. We can ball, man.
All right, so the question is, do you take a flyer on a Nick Nash, get another receiver,
No.
they could play in the slot, or do you
No.
take a flyer on a D lineman,
I'd
so you
rather
have
do that
more
on a
depth? So you have more depth. Do you take a flyer on edge and Tyler Batty, so you have more depth at the edge spot?
Sure.
Or-
I'll take another edge guy. Why not? Can't have enough.
Tyler Batty, I think
Yeah,
that's the
Batty.
pick if we go edge. Yeah.
BYU's been producing players recently.
Someone
No.
said in your chat, how do you complain about a player being from Delaware but not Canada? It's because I'm from Canada. Just so you know.
It's because
Yeah.
If they're
It's a
from
homer
Canada,
pick.
we pick them.
Yeah, it's a homer pick. I think, yeah, I don't know. Like if I had to choose between all these people we listed, I feel like I'd take the flyer on Nick Nash just because the productivity is unreal.
The
But
potential's there. You could like,
Yeah.
you could be special.
but if you wanted to have like Howard Cross and Azir Stackhouse, like these players at 252 would be like that's great value as well.
I just want to make the pick right now.
Yeah, do it. Send it, Grant. What is it?
Send it in. Oh, I mean, you guys pick it. I
Oh,
feel like we're in danger of losing
Let's
our
go
5-minute
Howard
window
Cross.
and getting
Yeah, let's go
leapfrogged
Howard
by the
Cross.
next team. We
Yep,
did it.
yep.
I love it.
Yeah, we're going
Howard
Howard
Cross.
Cross.
We're going Howard Cross.
D-line.
Let's
Yeah,
just take a
so-
minute to
We can
really
look at this.
savor this.
Yeah, right here.
Now, Jalen Walker at 11, that's realistic. Derek Harmon at 43, we had to take advantage of an opportunity. Is he going to be there? Don't know. But he was
Probably
in
not.
our mock draft. We got him. Jared
Yeah.
Wilson at 75, that's realistic.
Yep.
McCool at 100, that's realistic.
Yep.
And I like how we went back to the trenches in round 4.
Yeah. I think
I like-
CJ West at pick 113 is like almost a necessity for the Niners. Like they have to make that pick.
And that's sort of like your
He's
nose
so
tackle
good.
there.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he's good. He's
Good.
so good.
Good.
Jackson Slater. So you addressed the offensive line once again. Right after that.
It's a guy who can compete with Burford to start at left guard.
Yeah. Noah Williams is really lengthy, so I think it
He
offers
can
something
compete
that
with
they don't
Trey
have.
Brown to be the number 3 corner.
Yeah. We don't know much about this Cornelius guy, but we looked him up.
I don't think I like Cornelius. I don't like his last name. Like, listen,
It's interesting.
I love his last name.
Cornelius. Cornelius.
I think that's what I like most. I think that's why we picked him. I love his name. Ahani
I don't like
Cornelius.
his name, Grant. I don't like it. Like, imagine your lineup with like Cornelius. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
You think you think he's not tough because his name is Cornelius? Some of
Yes.
the toughest people I know are named Cornelius.
This is how you know we don't know anything about this guy. We're arguing over his name. Like we're not even
Do you
talking
think
about
there's people that are like in these front offices like I just don't like his name. I don't like his name. No.
I
You
can
really
see
want to have a
Shanahan-
Cornelius on our
no
offensive
way.
line? I hate
can
that
see
name.
Shanahan being one of those guys.
No. I think one of the reasons he liked Debo so much is he liked the idea of having someone named Debo on his offense. Trucking
Debo
people.
is a sick name.
It was
Yeah.
cool. It was
Then
cool.
then we take a flyer on Dante Thornton. He's a good receiver. I think he's a bigger guy. Like he's a big body receiver, kind of like a Juwan, but I think he's more athletic and faster than Juwan. Marcus Yarns. This is a guy, small school, Delaware, but if you watch his tape, like he's a stud, dude. He's quick, makes the right cuts, good player. Then if you get Howard Cross, more D-line depth with the last pick, like I think that's a great pick.
I mean,
What is it?
to
What
me,
is the
Jalen
chat?
Walker's a starter. Harmon's a
Yeah.
starter. Wilson's a starter. Makuba's a starter.
CJ
West could
is a
start.
starter.
Slater could start.
Slater's
I mean, first 6 picks. That's
Yeah,
nice.
and they have to. Like this, where the Niners are with how many picks they have and how many holes they have. If their first 6 to 8 picks aren't starters, they're doing something wrong. Like they messed up bad.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Because if you're trying to like reset the team and get younger, you actually have to put the players on the field. Kyle, we're talking to you.
Yeah.
All right. We
it
got
could
some
be
super
best case
chats.
scenario.
Daniel Ailman says solve linebacker problem with CJ Mosley. Dude, they're not spending money.
No, they're not.
They don't got it. Well, they got it. They're just not spending it.
And he's
Damage
old.
says, when are we getting our new kicker?
Dude, why is Moody still on the team? Like, why is he still?
Because we didn't draft a kicker.
It's
No,
we didn't take it serious.
no. It's actually roster politics. They're not going to release a 3rd round pick 2 years after drafting him. They just won't.
But do you guys think any team would actually pick up Jake Moody? Like, genuinely, I don't think so.
I think they would. I think
Really?
they would.
I think they would. And
Because
it's,
you could
and
get
it's
him for
called-
cheap.
No,
you
no.
could, but it's just.
I think there's a
he's
team that
ass.
would pick him up, and it's welcome to the UFL, Jake Moody.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's such a head case at this point. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Anyway, I'm very proud of our mock draft. I thought we did a good job.
I thought it
I'm
was
proud of you
Uh,
guys.
If Derek Harmon doesn't fall to 43, what would we have done? Because that really made our mock draft great.
I like Gray Zabel at pick 43.
Interesting.
Nick, I made a video
O-line.
yesterday doing a mock draft, and I picked Gray Zabel, and I shouted you out because
I
you've
love
actually
that.
put me on to Gray Zabel. You put me on to him.
Dude, I mean, if you play 4 out of the 5 positions on the offensive line and you
Dog.
look good in all of them, like that's what they need. They need a player that can swing positions
point.
when they have injuries.
That's a
And
good
I think
point.
he could start day 1 as well at multiple positions. Like he's a great player.
Mm.
So that at 43, I'd also like to see him go edge at 43, even if they pick Jalen Walker.
And the
there's a
Niners
lot of
could feel
edges.
like, even though they need defensive tackles, they could wait because they could say, we just need
Yeah.
a couple of run stuffers on 1st and 2nd down. I don't need 3 down players necessarily. We could find these guys. Like they found
Yeah, you
DJ
could
Jones in
go-
round 6.
You could go edge. You could go like Landon Jackson, somebody like that at 43. I think if you could take 43 and maybe 2 7ths and move up 4 or 5 spots and get Ellick from Stanford, the receiver, I think you do that in a heartbeat. Depending on
You
who's
know
on
what we
the
didn't do
board.
though? Kyle Shanahan, you watching? No, we didn't do. Take Cam Scotty Boo in round 3. That's what we didn't do.
We wanted
Take
to.
notes.
There was
There was discussion
pull-
and
we
we
had to pull it back.
we exercised restraint
Yeah.
because what you have to do is replenish the trenches. That's your
Patience.
assignment this year.
patience. Yeah.
You got
Patience is a
you gotta
virtue, Kyle.
You gotta, dude. You've been neglecting both sides of the trenches for like multiple drafts. You spent 3 first-round picks on a quarterback who's not in the NFL right now. You spent a bunch of picks on a running back. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to do this. It's not fun. It's not what you want to do. It's like eating vegetables and working out. It's not what you want to do, Kyle. But you've been neglecting this part of your.
I mean, and also outside of the first round, it's like who have they picked at D line? They picked
Busts.
Jackson.
Drake Jackson.
Drake Jackson out of USC.
Kalia Davis.
Absolute bust. Yeah.
You got to take this seriously. 2 D tackles. We drafted what? Did we come back to an edge guy at the end?
D
Hold
line,
on.
D tackle, Howard Cross.
So we drafted 3 D tackles in this draft.
Yeah,
Love that.
3D tackles.
3D tackles, a linebacker edge combo, and
Yeah.
3 offensive linemen.
Yeah, they do need more edge depth though. So I don't know
Yeah,
how they
you fucked
address
up,
that.
dude. I tried to tell you to get another. I was like, you're neglecting it. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
all right. Well, we did it. Why don't we reconvene in 2 weeks after the owners' meetings and do another
Let's
one?
do
of
it.
these?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Mock
In
draft.
the meantime,
3.0.
we can do another show about general football subjects, but I think mock drafts every couple of weeks because I'm always going to change my mind. Although this was the best one ever done. It's the best one.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. But
And we drafted a guy named Cornelius.
And you made it on time.
yeah, I did.
That was crazy. It was like
Dude, I did
before-
not know. I thought today was Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie. Like Nick,
That's
from
fair. It
Coleman,
happens to
I
the best
woke
of
up
us.
and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Thursday."
That was
Yeah.
so weird from my perspective, though, because before the intro, you weren't there, and then the intro finishes, and you just pop up. Like, and it's not like I can see that backstage. It was just
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back soon. Take care.
Very soon.
Just a great